Hello and welcome to the 15-minute Market Visibility Makeover, a video series brought to you by Continuify. My name is Josh and I'm the founder of Continuify, a fractional marketing operations brand that focuses exclusively within the HubSpot ecosystem and integrated marketplace. This series is 5 short videos that share best practices on launching your SaaS MVP or minimum value product so you can get your SaaS platform visibility in the world and see how the market reacts to what you have to offer. In this first chapter, let's talk about the idea of determining the right software category for your brand. First things first, what is a product category? A product category is a group of similar products that share related characteristics. Product categories help businesses organize, promote, and price their platform. So, what are some examples of product categories and how do they work with brands? In simple terms, when I name a product category, most times, if you surveyed the market, they'd most likely share the same 1 to 2 brands. So, what are some examples of product categories and how do they work with brands? In simple terms, when I name a product category, most times, if you surveyed the market, they'd most likely share 1 of 2 brands. To illustrate this, let's do an exercise. First, detergent. What's the first brand that comes to mind? Tide, right? Who could forget the Tide Pods? I still don't get why people were eating these. Next, airplanes. Love them or hate them, Boeing seems to be the name that comes to mind, right? Soft drinks? Now, this might be a split, but most are going to say Coca-Cola. Cell phones? Again, a split depending on who you talk to, but most are going to say iPhones. But I know a bunch of people, especially in this group, are probably going to say Android. Lastly, search engines. Most of you said Yahoo, right? I'm just kidding. Google, but these days people might be saying ChatGPT. When thinking through categories, what's important to remember is there are categories and then there are subcategories that take a category even further, depending on the actual person and niche you are targeting. For instance, Corvette and Lamborghini could both be considered supercars, but the reality is these two cars are targeting an entirely different subcategory and target audience. The types of people that would be buying a Corvette and the types of people that would be buying a Lamborghini are two entirely different types of people, hence different subcategories within the category of supercars. Pepsi versus Coke. Coke held the soft drink category for years, but then Pepsi took some ground a few years back when they created a subcategory of soft drinks targeting a specific demographic with their Pepsi generation and going after the younger crowd at the time. Another classic example is Burger King and McDonald's. McDonald's may be the category leader, but Burger King a few years back did a campaign where they set themselves as the Burger King, no pun intended, but saying McDonald's has better fries. Sometimes you just need to shift the perspective of what people think about a brand so that you can gain an advantage in the category you want to lead. Although they might not be the best fries, they do have the best burgers. As a last example, Avis versus Hertz is an old battle as neither one of them owns the rental car category anymore, but in their prime, Avis was number 2 and owned the position with a marketing campaign that stated, "We're number 2, so that means we need to try harder." Everyone loves a good underdog, right? And sometimes you don't have to be the category leader to stand out within the category. So how do you choose the product category for your SaaS platform? First, understand how existing customers already describe your brand to those they engage with. Sometimes the best thing to lean into is the word of mouth already being shared about you. Secondly, what category do you want to own? G2, a review website, offers a great list of categories that could align with your brand. But remember, you're not limited to an established list. You could instead craft an entirely new subcategory for yourself. Next up, who is the established competition already in the category? Which leads to, are they a large company with a big budget, or do they seem a little outdated and you think you could take them down? For instance, NVIDIA wasn't the first chip creator, but they are dominating their competition, Intel. Next to last, oftentimes the reason why brands fail is because they give up just a little bit too early. Sometimes it's pure consistency and grit that allows a brand to capture a category as they overplay their competition. A great example of this is Tesla. There are thousands of car manufacturers, but Elon seems to capture the attention of car enthusiasts and takes the market share from dominant car manufacturers around the world by making tons of noise consistently. Lastly, once you've picked a position you want to take in the market, is your marketing and sales strategy aligned with that position? They say repetition is what gets people to remember you and what you have to offer. Are all your departments moving in the same direction, or are they sharing conflicting information? There's a reason why some of the biggest brands in the world have been saying the same thing for decades, such as just do it or think different. Let's go places. Da 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 da, I'm loving it, and you are in good hands. Once you have captured a position in the market, the worst thing you could do is change too much and lose the category you worked so hard to claim. Now that you know how to pick a category and go after claiming a position in the market, let's talk about making bold claims so that you can capture the attention of your future buyers.